Hey everybody, Dave Bartosiak here with a quick Dave's Daily Dive. It's been a while. I know you missed me. What's happening in these markets? Well, obviously the sell-off met by June buyers. The June bugs came out. This is the interesting thing that's been happening lately, though, is we end up getting the nice move on the 20th. And if you remember, it opened up, it gapped up, and then we traded, opened here, right? Gaps up, after that gap up, it came all the way down to test the previous high, basically fill the gap, and then came on back up, right? Gaps get filled. Now let's keep that in mind while we're looking at the rest of this. What do we have here? We have a gap. That's not good for the bulls out there. The top of that gap, talking June 17th, 28.97. The top of that gap. So look for that to get filled. It's it's not exactly far away from where the market closed today, right? We had a big red candle, nasty down day. Not the sort of day that you have when you're in an uptrend. Really, this is indicative that this market's gonna come on down a little bit more. Just this whole rollover pattern, right? I mean, this is what I want to show you, folks. Market kind of run out of steam, and then it rolls over, right? Versus a day like this where you get a big spike up and a big move down. You know, that slow kind of rollover, stall. It's not really what you want to see. We also have a horizontal 200 day, going to have a horizontal 50 day. That is indicative of a range-bound market. So the traders out there will definitely have some fun with that if you can pick out your levels, but don't get too exposed. One thing that you do want to be exposed to, however, is gold. And look at this move. Hyperbolic move in gold. If you're wondering why, no, it's not because it's wedding season in India. It's this way because of something else. There is an inverse relationship that we see with the 10-year Treasury note and gold. So when you start to see those yields drop, there's a tendency for the market of gold to go ahead and rally, right? And this is something that you can go back on a historical chart. I would bring this up, but I don't want to harp on it. Just take my word for it. It's something that I did in our top stock picks of the week. So if you want to check out that video, you'll see it. But gold going up. So what does that mean? That means you should be looking at gold miners. Look at GDX running. This is a stock that was down at 2050. Now it got up over 26 today. A really nice move. Not the stock, rather. This is an ETF. So this is a basket of stocks. In case you're afraid of going out there and picking an individual gold miner, I don't blame you. But there is a way to get out there and find the best gold mining stocks out there. Anybody know what it is? Don't yell it out all at once. Talking about leaning on the Zacks Rank. And what the Zacks Rank is giving us here, Zacks Rank #1 strong buy, Anglo Gold Ashanti. What exactly is a strong buy? It means that analysts have been increasing their earnings estimates for the stock recently. So when those estimates tick on up, it's usually a pretty good indicator that they know more than you do, and the earnings are going to come in nicer, and the stock, even if the valuations remain the same, is going to go higher. So that's what you tend to see is those valuations. The earnings kick on up, stock follows along with it. That's what we got here. Anglo Gold, ticker AU. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there saying, hey, this gold run, I don't know. It's just too hot. I want a little pullback. There's other ideas. Look at Estee Lauder. Who knew? I'm sure a lot of people knew on that earnings report back in February. Really started rocking and rolling, pushing higher. You got another reaction, a negative reaction here to the last earnings report. Now all of a sudden we're optimistic again. Part of that reason has got to be Zacks Rank #1 strong buy. You have that strong earnings story that's underlining this move. Then we have Hallmark Financial Services, completely different industry than we've seen before. And now look, pretty much hyperbolic. Now I don't know if I want to jump in here and buy a stock that's up 40%. Now, it is a Zacks Rank #1 strong buy, so that means that the earnings story is there. But look at this pretty firm rejection of 15 today. Something to keep an eye on. You see how it's made a few retracements. The last step, sort of this 1280. I think I'd be more comfortable buying it down there. But some really wild action here on this stock recently. Pretty strong move there for Hallmark Financial Services. Full disclosure, my girl works here. LVMH, Moet Hennessy, Louis Vuitton. I'm sure I said Moet wrong. Probably said Louis Vuitton wrong, too. Maybe even Hennessy. The huge shopping and fashion conglomerate. Throw in a lot of alcohol in them, too. And you'll see these guys don't trade that much, though. You know, trade a few 100,000 shares on an OTC market. That's why you got that 5-letter ticker. I'm pretty sure this is just an ADR for them. Nice moves, though, in this stock, underlining a very strong earnings trend. Some interaction with the 50-day moving average. In retrospect, that's where you wanted to hit it. Is it a little bit too overcooked right now? Yeah, perhaps, but you know, you buy into strength, and they've been strong, bucking the trend over the last few days here as the markets rolled over. They're still staying strong. And the last one, we're going to crack open a cold one for Boston Beer, the makers of Sam Adams. I know those Boston fans are going to have to drown their sorrows after losing the Stanley Cup to the Blues. One way to do it, good old Boston Beer. Take a look at this move here. Back to the 50-day moving average. That gets bought. Now we're breaking out to new highs. So you got a stock that's breaking out to new 52-week highs while the rest of the market is rolling over a little bit, and you've got that strong earnings trend underlying it. That's a pretty good combination for what I think is going to be a pretty decent performance over the course of the next few weeks. That's all I got for you for today's Daily Dive. I'll talk to you guys soon.